Right now we're going to rebuild your sensor's valve stem, including this rubber seal, the nut, and the cap here for the valve stem. And then inside of the valve stem is the valve, which we will be removing and replacing. To rebuild the valve stem, there's a kit. This is Air Aware 20003 kit for this particular type of sensor. You'll go to your parts store and tell them the make and model of your car, and they will get you the appropriate rebuild kit. Now inside the rebuild kit, there's a few things which I've laid out here. There's a new valve stem cap, a new valve, a new nut, and a new washer, rubber washer. There's a few things that we're going to need to do this as well. I like to get some goo off, degreaser, and clean off the valve stem after we've disassembled it. You'll also need a valve stem valve removal tool. This has a retap screw on it and the capability of removing the valve. Additionally, you'll need some sort of screwdriver. This is a flathead screwdriver to pop the old rubber seal off. So let's get started here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the valve stem cap. Now these are metal caps. I don't think it's necessary to throw them away and put a new one on, and these are pretty rugged nuts here. I don't always throw those away, but this part here, the rubber seal, is very hard to come across. But the only place you can get it is in this kit. So you absolutely want to replace that rubber seal and the valve itself. Now sometimes you can just kind of screw these off, but normally I take my screwdriver and pop it in between the sensor and the valve stem seal here, as I'm going to call it. So we've dismantled this one. I'm going to leave the valve in there for now because I don't want to get goo off inside of the sensor when I'm cleaning the threads here. So I've got a shop rag here. I'm going to put a little goo off on there. You can use a paper towel as well. I like shop rags. They're a little more rugged. And just really do a good job to clean up these threads. So that's about as clean as I'm going to get that. My tool here has a nice tap to clean the threads on the valve stem cap here area. I'm going to clean that off really quick. You can get this tool at your auto parts store. This one is actually from a bike store. Now I'm going to remove the old valve seal. Should be able to see that come out here in a second. This is what they look like. The old one. And I'm going to retap the threads for the valve seal. Clean those out real good. Next, I'm going to install the new valve seal, my valve tool. This is all pretty straightforward, pretty simple. No reason you can't do this yourself. So we've got the new valve seal installed. Put the new washer on there, the new valve stem seal. Can push it down. We got that guy on there now. Next, I'm going to put the nut on there. This is actually the part that screws and attaches the sensor and valve stem to the wheel. And lastly, put my new valve stem cap on. And there you have it. We have rebuilt the valve stem for your tire pressure sensor.